Right, today's video is all about installing a Parrot MKi9000 hands-free Bluetooth kit with music system on it into a Vauxhall Corsa. It's a 2004 Corsa. It's got the CD30 stereo system in it, and I've purchased a SOT-122S connection lead to make the job a little bit easier. In the kit, as you can see, you get your box, your controller, your little remote, and some packs with some wiring and stuff in. The main wiring harness isn't in the box. I already took that out, ready for the install. Right, to remove the Corsa glove box, there's two screws there, one there and one there. There's some screws underneath as well. You're going to need a T20 Torx to get them out. Right, what I do need to do is to remove the radio. Standard. This radio is the CD30 model. Oh, straight out. On the back here, you've got your main socket that just levers out, and you've got your aerial socket. Right, what you got here is the multi-connector that comes straight out of the radio. You've obviously got your antenna as well, and what I've purchased is a SOT-122S is this particular model. The S lead is the one which has something to do with the steering wheel controls, I think. Nothing to do with phone controls, but radio, normal standard radio controls. So it had to be, they do a 122 and a 122S. I would advised this was the one I required. So I'm now going to remove the aerial lead back, because this cable needs to be out of the way for the new cable to come in. What I'm now going to do is just unwrap that a bit so I can get this aerial wire out. Need to get that out, get the antenna lead out, and so it can come out further down below, further down there. I need that to go back on the radio down there. So I need to cut a hole in this sleeving further down there. Right, as you may not be able to see, I've cut a hole in that sleeving and took that whole aerial lead right out of the way now. So basically you've got two separate bits. What I will just do is tidy this up a bit round here. There you go. That aerial wire that now want to be fed back up. And through the hole. Yep, so you now got the aerial wire up through the hole, and your other plug will be down here to connect in. Right, what I'm going to do is I need an ignition live, which I don't seem to have anywhere under here, but I think I've got one on the air conditioning. If I push the air conditioning and the heated rear window in, when I turn the ignition on, they both come on. So, and they both go off when I turn the ignition off. So I'm hoping to tap into the back of one of them. There's going to be a ignition live on the back of one of them. Right, what I've had to do is I've had to take the cage out, which is down on the floor. Right, and what I had to do was I need an ignition live, 12 volts. What I've had to do is I've had to get this heater plug out of the which controls this face your hair. I went in with a mirror and I could see that there was a little cutout at the top of the plug. Don't know whether you can see that very clearly, because I couldn't get the plug out, and I just pushed a screwdriver, a little tiny screwdriver, in from the back, and that released that little clip, and then I just left this, you know, you leave the screwdriver in and the whole lot just came straight out. So I'm now going to check that for 12 volts and find out which cable I need. Right, what I've done is I've the black wire was the ignition live on this particular plug, the big black one. I've scotch locked into it with the red cable. Red cable comes back to here. If I now go on the red pin in that plug, I got 11.87 volts. So I'm happy with that. So that's that bit done. Right, just got to put this plug back into its connector at the back here. Right, that's locked in. You heard it click there. That red wire isn't in the way. Heated rear window, air conditioning all still work. That's good. Right, ignition off. Right, one thing I did notice when I had the cage in and I tried to put the wire and plug through and get the other plug out, there isn't a lot of room to get the plug out. Now what I'm thinking of doing is the cage, the plug doesn't lock into the back of the cage like on other radios, it just flutes. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to cut a piece of the metal out of there across the back there. It's not going to weaken it at all. That will then give me a lot more room to get my plug in and out of. Right, and that might look a bit extreme, but I've cut quite a large chunk out of the back. There was a bit which once I cut it out I had to just remove the whole bit anyway, so even though it looked a bit extreme, I think that'll do exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm now going to slip that back in. Right, what I've done, I've drilled a hole through. Be careful, the foam all got caught up when I drilled the hole, so that ripped all the foam out. I've tie wrapped it with the tie wrap going round the back. Right, I've got some of the wiring back in now. It's all looking quite neat now. The box is in. With the 9000 model, you haven't got the screen, so you haven't got to use that plug where the screen goes, where the box is sort of a universal box. It's got plugs for the two different types of screens, for the 9001 and the 9002. So as long as you leave that one there free, which is the mic, and that one there, which is the music system one, you'll be alright. Right, on this plug you got an orange and a red wire. The orange one says ignition 12 volts and the red one says battery 12 volts. When you come to the plug, it is the second pin in, which is the orange one. If you go on the orange one, I've got 12 volts on there and the ignition is off, and that is supposed to be the ignition one. So in the book what they recommend you do is you just undo the two fuse holders, right, and you swap them round. So basically you got, just swap the red and the orange round on the fuse holders. Now what will happen is that the red wire there, which is battery, will be red, and that now, I don't know whether you can see that, that now has got, hang on, 12 volts on it. So that's the red wire, which is on this plug what goes into the Parrot. So that one's the permanent 12. The orange one is the ignition 12 volt. Right, the mic I'm going to stick it up there, I think, like that. I've tucked the lead in behind the trim there. I'm now gonna stick it in behind this trim and then stick it down the door rubber. Right, what I'm just doing is just feeding that down the rubber like that. What I've done is the same thing down here. I've just eased the rubber back and the wire has just gone back behind the trim there. Right, what I've done is gone down the rubber. That's all out of the way, as you can see. There's no, it's all behind the rubber door seal. I just pushed that trim across one way, the side there, and then I've pushed the plug through into the glove box area. So that's just a matter of feeding the excess cable out of the way. Right, what you may be able to see, I've now plugged the mic in. The little plug that pushes in, and then you just twist it to the right to lock it in position, so that way it doesn't come out. I've tie wrapped and neatened up the other cables, so there now. It's just a matter now of putting the music lead in. Right, as for the music lead, what I've done is a little cubby hole at the front here. I've just fed the cable for the iPhone and for the MP3 and the USB lead just through into that little pocket there. Quite easy. It was easier than I thought. There's gaps all around here that just sort of went through and fed through, and then I pushed the plug. I also left the grommet on. That basically came through the same hole under here, all went through. Managed to just jiggle it through. So that's the lead that's got to go in the box. Right, as you can see, I've now got that USB lead and the other lead in the box. I did have on my last install, I had a problem with having no USB connectivity at all, and that was that plug there in the box, which was loose. So just paid to make sure you got a good connection and make sure it's in there, and make sure the cable isn't being pulled on at all, because if that cable's being pulled on or can wiggle about, you may have issues. I've sort of curled some of the slack up under there. I've also got a fair bit here, so it's just left you a little bit there. I can pull some more through at a later date. Right, this is power up of the system. This is, we'll see if we've got any problems with it. I'll put the battery in the remote, and we'll just see how we go. So let's turn the ignition on. Right, so let's go into Bluetooth on the phone. So we want to pair that device, don't we? So we want to select that. And the code is supposed to be 0000.
Pairing successful. Your phone book is being synchronized. Please wait.
Right, what we'll do is try and make a call. Right, here we go.
Who do you want to call?
Home.
Who do you want to call?
Home.
Home. Do you want to call home cell phone?
Yes.
Home cellular. Call in progress.
What I'll do is I'll end it. So I don't want the answer machine to just cut in, so it doesn't matter. Right, well, it seems to be all working. Now where to mount. Right, what I'm actually wondering is to actually put it down where I done the one on the Vectra and put it on the side there. I'm quite happy with where I had my other one. Right, as you can see, I've mounted the remote on the side of the steering column. I'm now going to just give you a quick demo. As you can see, the radio's now come on. That's the normal radio. What I've done is I've plugged a USB stick into the there you go, Bluetooth is that's it's in my phone, everything's kicking in. Now the radio is no longer doing anything. We've now got full control. You can skip tracks. You can then skip tracks. Now if you want to make a call, so what I'll do is I'll now make a call.
Who do you want to call?
Tracy.
Tracy. Mobile call in progress.
Hello?
Hiya. Do you reckon you can just call me back, please, so I can do her answer with voice recognition, please?
Okay.
Alright then, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. As you can see, it now flicks straight back. The call has ended. And she'll now ring me.
Incoming call from Tracy. Say accept or reject.
Accept. Hello, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Hiya, are you alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright then, you can hang up now, thank you.
Alright, thanks. Bye.
Bye. And then the call will end. I mean, I can end the call, but that's now she's ended the call, right? So that's the basic how the voice recognition works anyway. As you can see, I put all the glove box back, everything went back alright. So yeah, I'm happy with that install, and this is the end of the video, and thanks for watching.